Gaming Bolt presents 15 shameless video game ripoffs. Not all games are made equal. Some are actually made to look like other games, which somewhat defeats the point of creating new and unique content. Without further ado, here are 15 shameless video game ripoffs. Minecraft. Many Minecraft ripoffs. Minecraft has been ripped off in every possible way. There's Minecraft with guns, cel-shaded Minecraft, Minecraft that wasn't made to look like it was made out of blocks, and many, many more. The game was loved for its simplicity and excellent building tools, and everybody and their dog tried to make their own version of the phenomenon. Maxplosion, a ripoff of Splosion Man. There aren't too many games starring a man built out of explosions, so when another pops up, it's hard not to notice. Splosion Man gave players tight platforming and clever puzzles. Maxplosion did its best to continue this legacy, but it couldn't stand up to the game that started it all. Final Combat, a ripoff of Team Fortress. Team Fortress was a revolution. Its classes were a breath of fresh air in the shooter genre, and its fast pace and colorful graphics made every match a joy. Final Combat sets up players with a set of classes ripped right from Team Fortress, abilities and all. Dream Heights, a ripoff of Tiny Tower. Tiny Tower is an incredibly unique game, so when people first saw Dreamy Heights, it was clear where it took its inspiration. The tower management game breathed new life into mobile games in a way that many hadn't thought possible since Angry Birds, but it was almost immediately aped and mimicked, to the point of just recreating the innovative title. Pong, a ripoff of Magnavox Odyssey's table tennis. Pong is often thought of as the original video game, but it takes its inspiration from a very obscure ping pong game. Magnavox Odyssey's table tennis saw the screen divided by a massive white line with two squares, meant to represent players on either side. It doesn't get more similar than that, and paints the classic ball-bouncing game in a new light. The Great Giana Sisters, a ripoff of Super Mario Bros. It's a wonder the Great Giana Sisters even exists. It's essentially a palette swap of Super Mario Bros., with similar models, levels, and power-ups. This series has actually had follow-up games, but they had to reinvent themselves a little bit, just in case the lawyers came knocking. Fighter's History, a ripoff of Street Fighter 2. Bored of Street Fighter and its memorable characters and excellent gameplay? Then Fighter's History is the perfect game for you. It looks almost identical to the classic Fighter, with its own cast of characters and mechanics, but it just can't stack up to Ryu and the gang. War Z, a ripoff of DayZ. DayZ wasn't perfect at launch, but the premise was so solid that ripoffs immediately began to crop up. War Z was one of the more blatant offenders. The bugs, respawn system, and even style were all copied. It's actually a little difficult to tell the two of them apart. Star Warfare Black Dawn, a ripoff of Borderlands. Borderlands made waves when its cel-shaded, loot-heavy gameplay hit store shelves. Several games tried to mimic its style, but none did it so blatantly as Star Warfare Black Dawn. You run around a desert planet, picking up hundreds of guns and gunning down alien enemies. It's as close as you can get to Borderlands without buying the real thing. Atari Karts, a ripoff of Super Mario Kart. It's hard to come up with an original idea, so when Nintendo released Mario Kart, Atari just had to try their hand at an arcade kart racer. The game plays exactly like Mario Kart, except without the memorable characters, well-made courses, and pixel-perfect gameplay. Nova, a ripoff of Halo. Halo was beloved for many reasons, but it's only on Xbox. Nova looked to remedy this by putting players into the boots of another heroic space trooper as he fought to kill as many aliens as possible. A lot of the weapons were clearly inspired by those wielded by Master Chief, and the interplanetary conflict followed a lot of the same plot points. Modern Combat 2 Black Pegasus, a ripoff of Call of Duty. Modern Combat 2 Black Pegasus didn't come off as a particularly unique game when it made its way into the App Store. It took the pixel-perfect gameplay of Modern Warfare and translated it to a touchscreen for a mobile ripoff. Gangstar West Coast Hustle, a ripoff of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Want to run around a giant sprawling metropolis? Don't want to spend all that money on a GTA game? Well, Gangstar West Coast Hustle has you covered. GTA Vice City was a huge success, and the folks behind Gangstar clearly saw this and thought they could make some money with a crime game set in 1980s Miami. But it didn't pan out the way they had hoped. Let's Golf 2, a ripoff of Everybody's Golf 2. Cartoony, colorful golfing games are a dime a dozen on the App Store, but Let's Golf 2 doesn't even try to cover the fact that it blatantly rips off Everybody's Golf 2. The bright PSP game looked like a cheap version of Hot Shots Golf, so Let's Golf 2 comes off as a copy of a copy. Shadow Guardian, a ripoff of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Shadow Guardian doesn't even try to hide its inspirations. It blatantly apes the Uncharted franchise, from character design to gameplay. You sprint through collapsing ruins, put bullets in the heads of unsuspecting pirates, and leap across massive gaps. Hope you've enjoyed this video, so please consider subscribing to our channel. We do original content, reviews, graphics comparison, and much more, and try to upload a video every day. Thank you very much for checking us out.